Hey guys, what's up? It's the one and only African superstar back at it again. Yes, another pre bedtime live stream. I don't know what it is lately. I have just had so many topic ideas. It could be inspired by real time, events. I don't know. But I want to talk about this topic, which is want to blow on Black YouTube? Just talk gossip, scamming, or anything negative about Africa, and voila, your platform will grow. I've kind of been discussing this previous topic for a few days now, talking about how, people try to negate my experience in Ghana because my experience in Ghana is positive. And because, I love and prefer Ghana more than the Western world. So I get a lot of people telling me that I'm not being honest, I'm not being forthcoming, I'm embellishing, I'm not telling the whole truth. And these same individuals tend to gravitate to YouTubers who have very negative perceptions of the motherland. And these people are branded as keeping it real and, showing us the good, the bad, and the ugly. Although those people are liars, although those people are contradictions, although those people in many cases have been determined to be scammers. However, these type of topics are going to be what gets you a huge audience on social media. I saw a particular comment which was telling me that, if I had a primarily European audience or things like that, I would also have a bigger spectrum. To that, I want to say, first of all, this is my second channel. YouTube took my larger, more lucrative channel back in 2021, and I had to rebuild this channel organically. I know a lot of people are utilizing different means to grow their channel and grow their views and grow their subscribers and comments. And I just believe in doing everything the organic way. So it takes time. The way it also took time to grow my initial channel, The African Superstar. And I know that I could do some of the more controversial things that would draw a bigger crowd, but I just don't believe in that. I believe in obviously staying black and true to myself and to my audience. And I came here on social media as a representative for those of us who are not fueled by drama. There are some of us that believe that life doesn't have to be continual struggle. We don't want to live that life. We want to maintain our integrity. That's what I want to do. I don't want to be the person who does any and everything for money, you know. And unfortunately, a lot of our people are motivated by money. I mean, I think there's a lot of deprivation among our people. And it shows its ugly head in areas like this because people are literally desperate for attention, desperate for money, desperate to be acknowledged, and so on and so forth. They're willing to do any and everything to get their objectives across, which even includes makes himself look like a fool, a liar, a contradiction, all these things. They don't care as long as the money's rolling in, you know. And these type of topics, unfortunately, is what draws the crowd here on social media. Someone like me, I mean, unfortunately, it is what it is. I know that intellectual, thought provoking content, I know that non vulgar, non explicit, non derogatory, all these things that I pride myself on, this is not what draws the crowd. This is not what draws the crowd. This is perceived as not keeping it real. If you don't live a life full of drama, people assume that you're lying. If you go to the motherland and you don't have a lot of mishaps, people assume that you're lying. Because how? How could you? How could you prefer the motherland to the Western world? How could you? How could you navigate without a lot of drama? How could you? What's up, M. George? I see you there, the first one in the chat room. Hello, hello, hello. Big shout outs to you guys. Much love to the African Superstar family. It's the one and only. Yes, yes. If you're happy to see me, make sure you like this video and leave your comments. You guys have been very responsive on my previous live streams about various topics. And, I've been trying to do research as to why do people like drama? Why is it so engaging? And I mean, there's a myriad of reasons. I mean, for some people, it's entertainment. For other people, it's a way of life. If you have grown up in a chaotic environment like your whole life, situations where there's not a lot of chaos or drama feel foreign to you. They feel uncomfortable to you. They feel boring to you, or the silence, the people get stimulated off of drama. That's why when you turn on TV, there's so much drama. Everything from reality TV to court shows to murder mysteries to real true crime to even the everyday news. There's just so much drama. So people have gotten used to this type of stimulation, and it takes a very mature person to just enjoy peace. I think actually I'm going to do a video about the motherland's going to be too boring for some of you guys. Because you're so used to a chaotic environment, you're so used to, constant dramas and things like this. You can't really handle a situation where it's not there. What's up, Miss Myrtle? It has been a while. Big shout outs to you. Look, we got Michigan in the house. We got St. Kitts in the house. Hello, family. Hit the likes. Hit the likes. It's the one and only. You want to blow up on Black YouTube? I know what to do. I've actually been contacted by several of my friends who are also YouTubers, most of them larger platforms. Some of them giving me advice. Gina, you should do this. You should do that. You should do this. You should do that. And a lot of what they have to offer is content that I'm just not into. I think, honestly, there's a lot of drama here on social media. I don't need to contribute to that. There's plenty of people keeping it real, as they say, about the motherland, right? So many people keeping it real, Gina. Huh? You're not telling the truth about Ghana. Listen. Some of you guys have come and met me in Ghana. Okay, I have some of you that have come and met me in Ghana. You have taken my tours, or you have, connected with me, reached out to me there. I've met some of you in the airport. Does it look like to you that I'm lying about my life in Ghana? Hello? Did you not see me hit the red carpets, go collect my music awards? Did you not see me on TV earlier this year? Hello. Well, I mean, if you're not in Ghana, you wouldn't have seen my show, but I did post clips and pictures of, behind the scenes and me on set and all that. Listen, I like to say this part. I'm a real person doing big things outside of social media. Seriously. Okay. To the point sometimes I get into seasons where I don't even want to do social media. I don't even think about it. I don't even care. Those of you guys that view me often, like M. George and Myrtle, you guys know, there are times when I'm more frequent on social media. There are stints where I don't go weeks or months or whatever without posting a proper video. It's been a long time since I did a vlog. Social media to me is a byproduct of my real life. But for a lot of these other people, social media is their life. It's all they have. And even now they're getting to the point their platforms are generating so much money. And I'm like, what do you do with that money? Are you doing anything practical? They probably don't even know what to do with the money because they're cyber. They live online. Okay. So they can't even take that money and do anything tangible with it in the real world. But seriously, go check your favorite YouTubers, your favorite negative YouTubers. Tell me I'm lying if they're not in those three categories. Gossip. Hello, scammy. promoting you to buy their book, promoting you to do their land deals, promoting you to take their course, whatever, whatever, whatever. Or negativity about the motherland. Recently in Ghana, there was an incident that happened, which I was quite skeptical from the beginning. You know, I got sent the video multiple times where a young lady was talking about how she took a taxi cab and she was, robbed by men that were, imitating officers. Okay. So, obviously this video went totally viral, went span the damn globe. Okay. I got sent that video 6 times by different individuals, and immediately when I saw the video, I questioned it because I know that obviously negativity sells. I know that a lot of the people have done these type of things in the past. Obviously, Ghana and Africa and this whole migration back to the continent is such a huge movement right now. There's going to be propaganda. There's going to be people that want to discourage this thing from happening. There's going to be people that can't participate and are jealous and salty. So, they want to misdirect people. There are people that want to smear the image of the motherland, and obviously there are incidents that happen. There are incidents that happen all around the world, and unfortunately a lot of Westerners traveling to Africa are very ignorant about Africa, and then sometimes they put themselves in really wild and precarious situations, which also add to this, But when I was listening to the video, I was listening and I was, of course, my critical mind, I was thinking this and wondering this, and this wasn't making sense. All for the lady to come out a few days later, delete the videos, and release a video talking about how her channel had gone viral, how the video had gone viral, how she was getting so much engagement on her social media, which for those of you guys that don't do social media, that equates to money. Okay, when you have a video that's going viral, it earns you a lot of money. I once had a video, go into, I think it was close to maybe 100,000 on my previous channel. And that video alone generated several $100s by itself. And, my channel was also generating money on its own from the other videos and from, viewers and all of that. So you can just imagine if you have a video that goes ultra triple viral, that's going to bring money, that's going to bring new followers, that's going to bring likes, that's going to bring engagement and exposure for you and all of that. And that's what, that's what a lot of these people who their goals to have large YouTube channels or large social media presence is all about. It's all about the money for them. It's all about being recognized. It's all about people knowing them or, regarding them as an influencer. For me, again, there's a lot of differences between me and them. But for me, it's all about real life. Okay, if I'm only the African superstar when I come here on social media, for me, that's not enough. I need real time balling in the real world. I need real tangibles in the real world. This social media, for me, it's not it. And unfortunately, it's been proven time in and time again, hello, that a lot of these people portraying themselves in certain ways online, that is not the reality of who they are in person. Hello. Oh my God. There are a lot of individuals portraying themselves online. Hello. If you guys have ever been catfished or deceived by someone online, let me see a number one in the chat room. Hello. They sent you these pictures and you met up with them and they didn't look that way. They made these promises. They told you they were a scholar. They went to this university, blah, 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 blah. They sent you a picture from 20 years ago. What's up, Kara May? I see you there. Big shout outs. Yes. A lot of these people are totally centered online. What's up, M Brown Sugar? What's up? What's up? What's up? I see the family. Hit the likes, hit the likes, hit the likes. Don't make me stop the show. Hit the likes. I see you guys in here. Get the likes up right now. Yes. If you want to be big on Black YouTube, you want the CPM, you want the views, you want the engagement, you want a lot of controversy. Just talk about those three topics I listed. Just talk about them. Gossip, probably one of the most profitable areas on Black YouTube is gossip. You know, celebrity news and all this kind of stuff. Obviously, um, O'Shea Duke Jackson, he does a lot of that, and it's very lucrative for him. Super lucrative for him. You know, um, then the scamming thing. There have been whole platforms dedicated to scammers and talking about scammers. And who was that guy? There was one guy here. I don't even know if his channel's still there. I think he's called Afropean. Entire platform dedicated to scammers. Went down a laundry list of various individuals across Africa, blew up their allegations or whatever. And then the most hot, probably the most hottest current topic, negative Africa. I went to Ghana and this happened. The locals in Kenya treated me like this. I'll never go back to Tanzania. Guaranteed to be a banger. If I did a video, why I'm leaving Ghana, some of your favorite scammer YouTubers, they've done that video 50 million 11 times. I can think of people off the top of my head. They've been leaving Ghana since eternity. Okay, I'm going to stop the show, get the likes up because it says we got 15 of you here and the likes are not there. So let's get the likes up, please. If you're watching me, which I know you're watching me, I can see you're watching me, hit the likes. What's up? What's up? What's up? The art of today. I see you there. Yeah, M Brown Sugar remembers Afropean. Whole platforms dedicated to the scammers. Our people love it. And like I was talking about earlier, I was doing research. Why do people love drama so much? Why? I talked about for some people it's entertaining. For some people, they're actually addicted to it. It's like a stimulation for them. For other people, it makes them feel good about their lives. Hello. Yes, it makes them feel good about their lives. Let's face it, guys, there's a lot of people that want to go to Africa. I know what they say. I know what they say. Trust me. I, of all people, know what they say. I've been here for a long time talking about this Africa. I've literally seen people do a whole entire 360. People that claim they were never interested in Africa, they're never going there, and this and that. Later on, sliding into my DMs, oh, African superstar, I'm really curious about Ghana. Oh, can I get a consultation? Oh, I want to travel there. Oh, do you know about visas in Senegal? Do you know? Yeah. There are a lot of people that want to partake in this movement and they can't for one reason or another. And they're jealous and mad about those of us that are having fun. In their minds, we're just having the time of our life. Some of us are, some of us aren't. But obviously, they feel like they're missing out. So when they see negative things about Ghana or Nigeria or wherever, it makes them feel good inside. Oh, yeah, it's really not that nice. I'm really not missing out. It's really not that cool. And for some of, like I said, for some of you guys, because of your addiction and lust for drama, the continent is going to be too boring for you. Because from day to day, honestly, in Ghana, I mean, it's laid back for me. I feel that the Western world is way more intense. Like, matter of fact, let me tell you what happened to me today. Okay, let's get the likes up a few more, and I'll tell you what happened to me today. M Brown Sugar said there is bad everywhere. Facts. What's up, guys? If the family is here, let me see you in the chat room so that I can greet you. Happy Christmas, guys. Christmas in just a couple days. Yes, yes, yes. African superstar family, get the likes up. Hello. I'm waiting for you. We need like 5 more likes because the viewers are high and the likes are not. And it's free. So let's just get the likes up. Let's just get the likes up, guys. Just click. Come on. Come on. Some of you guys might be new to me and you don't know how I roll. Live streams are interactive. Okay. So I love to see you in the chat room. I like to see the likes. I like to, converse with you and things like that because obviously it's live. Duh. You know what I'm saying? Like if I didn't want to interact with you, I just record a video and post it. It's live. So give me something to work up with. Otherwise, we wrap the show up early because I just assume that you guys are not into the topic. And I'm waiting for a few more likes so I can tell y'all the story. M Brown Sugar said, look, come on. My moderators are telling y'all what time it is. Stop delaying the whole show by not being a team player. Get the likes up. Get the likes up right now. Yes, yes, yes. I'm just waiting on y'all. I want to tell y'all the whole story. I want to tell y'all what happened to me today. Okay? What's up, guys? A couple more minutes to get the likes up. Please, 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 please. Just get on board, get on code, or come and watch the playback. What's up, ATM Tim? I see you there. We waiting on 2 more likes. Hello, we got 15 of y'all in the room and the likes are not there. So if you haven't hit the like and you haven't, let's get the likes up so I can tell you what happened to me today. Hello. And I'll be wrapping up this live stream very soon because it's struggling to get you guys to cooperate. What's up, IAS Production? You can count on me, baby. I don't have nothing but positivity to tell y'all because that's what I'm all about. Okay, I have been graced to motivate and inspire my people. There's so much negativity around. There needs to be somebody to offset that. I've always seen myself as one of those people that has that skill and that ability. And I want to share it with y'all because y'all need it. Some of y'all need to be built up. Y'all need to be reminded. Y'all need to be motivated. So you can always count on me. But again, like I told y'all, I'm real offline. You see, I'm major offline. I'm living good in Ghana offline. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, what I'm able to share with y'all, it's nice, but like my real life is good. All right. So thanks for getting the likes up, guys. So today, I'm in London. All right. And today was a little hectic. I am preparing to travel. So I had some ripping and running around to do today. And I boarded a bus, okay? And for any of you guys, shout outs to my UK viewers. Let's see who's with me. Any UK viewers, let me see your number 2. You know what time it is. Hello. Just so y'all know I'm not playing about my location. I'm in the UK. This is my Oyster card, okay? So any of you guys that are outside of the UK, this is basically a transport card. You can use this on the underground trains, the overground trains, and the tube, okay, and the buses as well. Okay, so this is your Oyster card. So you can put monies on it, and then you tap it and you use it. Okay. So I was, obviously I had my hands full. I jumped on one of the buses and sat down. And as I was getting ready to leave the bus, as common practice, I always check and make sure I have my cards and my umbrella and everything that I have. So I was looking around and I couldn't find my Oyster card. First of all, okay, so like I said, I was approaching my stop. So the first thing was the bus driver totally blew past my stop, which I had a lot of stuff in my hands and I didn't feel like doing the whole walk-in thing. So that was stressful. And then I was checking my pockets, check my purse, check my coat. Cannot find this Oyster card. Now, mind you, I had the card when I boarded the bus. And my bus ride was not even about 20 minutes. Okay, so which means somebody on the bus had my Oyster card because it fell or whatever. I don't know what happened. So I stood up. I was like, did anybody find an Oyster card? Of course, everybody was like, no. Now, because I had just put 20 pounds on the Oyster card. Okay. And if you lose this card, guys, and you have to buy a new one, it's 10 pounds per card. Okay. So guess what? 2 weeks ago, I had to replace my Oyster card again. So in the past 3 weeks, I have spent an additional £20 just on these cards alone, not including. So that means when you buy a card and you have to put credit on it. So let's say you put £20 on it, you pay £30, and 10 of that goes to the transport company. Okay, so I was on the bus. Like I said, the bus blew past my stop. That was number one. Then my Oyster card got missing. That was number two after I just topped it up. So upset. So I get off the bus at the next stop, and it's way too far to walk because I had hands full. So I had to sit there. I looked at Uber. Uber was surging at the moment. And I was like, man, I'm not about to pay, £20 to go back a stop, basically. So I waited for the bus to turn around. I took the bus, went back to where I was going. I was dropping off some things there. I dropped it off. So then, excuse me, I head to the nearest station, okay, to get, this is my new Oyster card. So I was worried because obviously the card I had £20 I had just put on it, and I didn't want to lose that money because obviously, you can tap and just the money be gone. So I go to the station, okay, which is Tottenham Hale. Shout outs to any North Londoners if you guys are here in the building. Where's my UK viewers? Number two. Let's see. Because I know y'all got oyster stories too. Any London living folks, hey, the stress is too much with, it's a lot. So I go to the Tottenham Hale station and I'm looking at all the machines and I'm trying to get a new Oyster card. So I find an attendant. I'm like, where can I get an Oyster card? He was like, oh, you can't buy it on these machines. You have to go down there, blah, blah, blah. So I go around the corner. I get the new Oyster card. I buy it. I top it up with, just £5 because you have an option where you can transfer your credit from your old card to your new card. So then I go on the app and I'm trying to input the new card, and it's saying this card's not valid, this card hasn't been used. Obviously it hadn't been used because I just bought it. Anyway, long story short, this is the drama of the Western world. Okay, you set out to make a quick journey and it turns into a whole big hoopla and all of this. In my typical days in Ghana, I might have one ordeal, one problem, just one that I have to sort out. Some days it's like I wake up and it's like, okay, make sure you go to the gym today. Make sure you pay your electric bill. Make sure you go get your hair done. Or, that's the level of, the checklist at home in Ghana. Here, hello. The drama is for real, for real. So, I know I got off on a tangent, but a lot of your YouTubers here, guys, you just have to understand what they're here to do. Okay? Their motives are to be a personality or to make money, or some of them, they really have mental issues. You know what I mean? They have psychological problems basically. And their whole identity is now online. Okay, you don't have to believe me, but there's a lot of studies that back up this type of stuff. People are getting warped online because they can no longer differentiate between what's real and what's fake. And for some people that were kind of outcasts or socially awkward anyway, when they start getting into this online persona thing, it really gets blown out of proportion. Social media is a harmful thing for a lot of people. There's not a lot of checks. There's not a lot of restrictions, especially if you're living in, America, UK. I mean, there's so much access to a lot of unhealthy things on social media, and you see how it's also impacting the youth. A lot of increased bullying, voyeurism, stalking, all these kind of things are coming out of social media. And so these are the kind of individuals you're dealing with, you know? And it's no surprise to me that Africa is, their stomping ground at the moment. It's no surprise to me. Somebody mentioned in the comments, shout out to the African Superstar family, one of my previous videos. Someone said, Africa is the place that keeps on giving content. Like, it never ends. And it's true. 54 different countries, and also just like not a lot of mainstream news available from a lot of these countries. So a lot of people are relying heavily or solely on social media, personalities to show them these countries, and really taking a lot of this stuff to heart. I have met individuals that I could tell that they were the type of people that are totally engrossed online. The type of people that would watch us here on YouTube and buy a one-way ticket, completely ignorant, maybe no interest on the continent, just because, I know people. Hello, when I went to Nigeria to see my good friend Dynasty Mir, there were women that came on that tour because they were interested in Dynasty Mir. They wanted to see him in person and they wanted to be with him in person. They didn't care about that it was in Nigeria. The majority of that particular tour that I attended was all ladies. There was a handful of guys, but the majority were ladies. And it was because they wanted to be in proximity of Dynasty Mir. So, this is also a word to the wise for those of you guys that are aspiring to be online. Be very mindful about how you interact with your audience. And if you decide to meet them offline, be very mindful of all of that, because you do have people that fixate on you, that create imaginary relationships or friendships with you. I mean, they really believe that they know you personally and things like that. I know my girlfriend's sister, she has had several interactions with people from online that have gone a bit strange and things like that. And that's just a sign of the times, with this online stuff. So it doesn't surprise me a lot of people are utilizing Africa and content from Africa and the interest into Africa to build their social media platforms. I mean, a lot of these people, like I said, the main question is going to be, why are you still there? If all you do is complain, if the place is not up to your standard, if it's not up to par, then why? I know why they're there, because of money, attention, validity. Some of these YouTubers have found out the hard way. They go to different locations and they don't get views. Hi, I'm in the Netherlands. Hi, I'm in Thailand. Hi, I'm in, and it's like the views plummet because their audience wants to know what's happening on the continent. Hello, it's the place to be. Don't be fooled. Do not be fooled. It's definitely the place to be. So yes, big shout outs to you guys. Thank you guys. Y'all got the lights up finally. It took a long time, but y'all finally got the lights up. Big shout outs, guys. What's up? What's up? Myrtle Ware says, it seems like common sense is no longer common anymore. Some of us have lost our critical thinking skills. I think honestly, Ms. Myrtle, some people never had them. Because to me, some of the things that are occurring are totally obvious. And I mean, the obvious questions are not getting asked. Like I said, if a particular person is complaining. But I realized that a long time ago when people complain to me about things and I would make suggestions of, well, you could do this, you could do that. I realized a couple of those people that just complain, like my friends, they stopped coming to me with their, with their complaints, because I was actually going to suggest something that could alleviate the problem. And they didn't want that, and it's the same with people that, you ask them that question. I mean, I welcome some of you guys because I know some of you guys watch these other YouTube channels. I know you do. I mean, why don't you ask them? Why are you still there? Why do you keep coming back? The last guy scammed you. The last guy, I know there was one particular YouTuber had a significantly younger husband that was using her for papers. I saw a screenshot, or I think a video link of, we're getting divorced because he used me or something like that. Next thing you know, she's with a similar character, another young guy, another jobless guy. I think he's the help. I think the first guy was maybe a gate man. The new guy's an Uber driver. No offense to Uber drivers. Hey, I'm an Uber driver. But, you know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I think a lot of our people are not accountable. I think a lot of our people are not doing due diligence. And then when they get what comes with not being accountable, it's everybody else's fault. It's Ghana's fault. It's Kenya's fault. It's the Ghanaian people. It's Nigerian people. It's African people. It's the government. It's this, that. It's everybody's fault. And it's like, but wait a minute. How did you get into this situation? What's the backstory about this situation? And with all the hoopla regarding the continent, why are you not taking additional precautions? Why? Okay. Sidebar to the ladies. I always talk to you guys. I'm a lady, and so I can talk to you guys about this. Listen, you're meeting young men in the motherland or online. Please err on the side of precaution. I can tell you right now, a lot of people are opportunists, especially online. Especially online. You would do better. Hello, pro tip. This is my own tip as well. You would do better actually meeting someone on the continent in person than the online thing. Because online is literally a haven for scammers and opportunists. Hello. If you guys want to hear another story, I got to tell y'all, then I need 5 likes and or super chat. Hello. I got another story for y'all about this topic. What's up, Kwesi? At the same, big shout outs to the African superstar family. He's repping from England in Harrow. Big shout outs to you. Thank you so much. Yes, I was talking to my UK viewer, Londoners really. The Oyster card only works in London, guys. So if you're on the other areas of London, you can't use your Oyster card. So this is for, I'm not going to call myself a Londoner. I'm a transient Londoner. I'm in London at the time, but I don't live here. Hello. But I have an Oyster card. Hello. So big shout outs to my UK viewers. Yes, yes, yes. I want to get the likes up or super chat for the next story. Hello. You have 2 minutes. Okay. Because I have several of you watching. So let's get the likes up. IAS production says they chose the same men and women they chose in America for relationships. Wow. Very good point. Very, very good point. And I mean, that point was solid. Because if you do struggle life in America, you'll do struggle life in Africa, right? I don't do struggle life. I never do. I'm not into struggle relationships. I'm not into struggle life in general. Anything that makes life hard for me, I'm trying to move along and get out of that situation. Trust me. My close friends of mine call me a minister of enjoyment. They tell me I like enjoyment too much. I'm like, yes, I don't like stress. But that's a beauty secret. I'm trying to hold on to my youth. Too much stress ages you. Hello. It causes health problems. And it can lead to a premature end. Hello. Let's get one more like, and I'll tell y'all the story about something relative to these romance scams and all of this. Ladies, if you are trying to date on the continent and you've heard all of these scam stories, you've heard all these, love bombing stories and whatever stories and blah blah blah, you should be erring on the way of caution. Thank you so much for that like. All right. So I was at the gym. Okay. This was years ago. This was maybe 2021, 2022. Okay. So the particular gym I go to, there's a lot of macho men there. I'm talking about big, in Ghana, the men have not just the men, but the people, the Ghanaian people. Shout out to my Ghana folk. Although they may not know it, they have superior genes. Okay, they have superior genes. For the gentlemen, it doesn't take that much for them to pump up their muscles and become macho men. No steroids, just natural. Go to the gym, work out. You would be amazed at how athletic and muscular they can become. So I see macho men all the time in Ghana, and a lot of them go to my gym because my gym is considered a premier gym in a premier area. So I saw this group of guys, macho men, sitting around, talking. And one of them I knew was a romance scam guy. And he was giving tips to the other guys. And the way I knew was because he had come to the gym with this big fat white lady before. And she was older. And I mean, in Ghana, certain things, not just Ghana, but across Africa, certain things, obviously, us local people will know that, yeah, this is what it is. You know what I mean? That white lady's not a Ghanaian. She obviously came here, which means probably he was corresponding with her online. And so anyway, this guy is, educating the other dudes, and he's telling them, hey, you need to get the Tinder, I think it's called Tinder Passport or Tinder World or something like that. And basically, it's like the paid Tinder option, but it allows you to meet people all around the world. Okay. Not just like, because the way normally Tinder works is it brings people in your radius or in your vicinity. You can set it out like few miles or whatever. But this guy was telling him, like, you need to get the Tinder world, and he was like, and once you get a client, hello, he called them clients. Hello, some of y'all ladies are meeting these guys on these dating websites. Know that you're being considered as a client. He said, once you get the client, I have, people that can do this and do this and do this and do this and this. And I have scripts to help you get these people basically to give you money. That was a synopsis because they were speaking pidgin, broken English and stuff. And I was listening in and I thought to myself, So what this means is a lot of the guys that are using Tinder World, they are strategically looking for foreign women. Okay. And don't be fooled. It's not because there's not beautiful women in Ghana. There's beautiful women in Ghana, beautiful women in Nigeria, beautiful women in South Africa and Kenya and Senegal and Gambia. There's women all around. Okay. And probably one of those women is their real wife or their real girlfriend or whatever. These clients they're looking for, hello, is you. So, I have deviated from online dating a long time ago because I've known this fact. But I think the longer we go into this online, the more opportunists are using it as a tool. They're looking for specific people, they're sizing you up, they're targeting you, and they have figured out that in the Western world, you can just give women sweet words. You can just give them a compliment. People in the Western world are starved. A lot of people are starved for attention, starved for affection, starved for romance. They're very lonely. And so just a little bit goes a long way. So I say all this to say that if you are, you're looking for love on the continent, err on the side of caution. Okay. Please. Because a lot of people, especially if you're doing online, if you're meeting people online, the rate of them being having ulterior motives is probably like high. It's probably like 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. Seriously. Because that's what they're using it for. They're using it for clients. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. So yes, big shout outs to you guys. M. Brown Sugar said facts on the scripts. She has also heard it firsthand. That's how it is. I mean, when you're there, they're not even shy to talk about what they're doing. You know what I mean? They do it with their full chest. They are looking for an opportunity. And if you allow yourself to be the opportunity that they want to look for, then yeah. I have told my audience countless times over and over again, to watch out for various things. And I've seen people repetitively do the same things. You play stupid games, you're gonna win stupid prizes. That's it. Another ridiculous thing, these land scams. Listen, buying land in Africa is a very involved process. Okay. The way people are casually sending YouTubers $5,000, $10,000. What was that YouTuber a few months ago? Mark Meets Africa, I believe. He received upwards like almost $30,000. And I was thinking, like, what? That's a lot of money. It wasn't just one individual, but I was thinking, like, man, I don't even want to send, $100 without knowing the situation, much less thousands. You're sending them to personalities online in countries you've never been. It's risky behavior. Risky behavior. So in majority of these situations, honestly, to be honest with you, a lot of these people that are being scammed, in majority of situations, they played a big part in it by not doing the checks and balances. Because this is a time where there's so much attention on the continent, and opportunists are seeing it and emerging, and they want their piece of the pie. They're going to come out there and try to take advantage of folks, and that is what it is. There's supply and demand. It happens everywhere. You need to try to equip yourself the best that you can so that you don't become a victim. You may still become a victim, but don't make it easy. You see some BS going down, call it out. So anyway, guys, yes, I'm heading to bed. You see, I'm ready for bed. Here's my bonnet. But I thought I'm not gonna hit y'all with the bonnet. I'll be hitting y'all. I don't particularly like hitting y'all with the bonnet sometimes, but literally it's like bedtime. And I just decided, let me go live with y'all this topic. I had it on mine to come talk to you today. So much love to the African Superstar family. Y'all came in the building today. I saw y'all in the chat room. I saw y'all on the likes. I saw y'all all around the world. We had, let me see the locations. We had Michigan. We had St. Kitts. We had England. Yes, yes, yes. We had the family represented international on the channel. What's up, Emmanuel? My fellow. Big shout outs to my Ghana foe. Yes, I'm here. In Brown Sugars repping from Delaware. Yes, you can put your location in quickly. But yes, we had a lot of representation of the family everywhere because your girl international. Hello. Yes. Yes. Real. Real, not the fake one. Hello. A real one, not the fake one. Y'all see, when I travel, I don't got to do the GoFundMe. Y'all see, I don't got to do the GoFundMe. Half the time, y'all don't even know. So I pop up in a new location. Y'all be like, damn, African Superstar, are you in Ghana? Are you in the UK? Are you in America? Where you at? Where's Waldo? But I don't wear their stripes. I don't wear stripes. Hello. All right, family, I'm wrapping up now. Big shout outs to you guys. Yes, thank you so much. Again, guys, I don't think actually I will be back probably before Christmas time. I have a very busy week. So I just want to wish everybody who's doing various holidays, celebrations. I want to, Emmanuel, please, Frimisu, please, please. Don't say these things, eh? Don't say these things. Charlie, please. Go away. No, guys. For my Ghanaians, they know that Emmanuel just confessed love to me. And I'm like, no, 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 no. Take it away. Take it away. Please, please, please. Don't bring that thing to me, eh? Don't bring that thing to me, dear. Please. I don't want to hear that. Ah. Anyway, back to this. Fisher Pa, for all of you guys, because I don't think I'll be back before Christmas with you. I just want to wish y'all, or whatever holidays y'all doing, because y'all be doing the most. Kwanzaa. Some of you guys are Jewish, you know, you guys are Israelites or whatever. So you do Hanukkah, you do Advent, you do, you know, Ramadan, y'all do a lot of stuff. Whatever it is, happy holidays from me. I probably will see you before the new year though. Yeah, Emmanuel, please. Because your gender, when they start saying that thing, it comes with a holiday. Please, I don't want any problem. I don't want problem. Eh? Okay, guys. Until we meet again, stay black and true. If you ain't black, just stay true.